I did it! I'm a genius! I got rid of the crashed plane that we've had stuck on its side here for like the last 15 episodes. I was reading the comment sections and it said, AJ, to get rid of the plane, why didn't you just use world edit? Do position 1, position 2, set air, and poof, it's gone. And when I read that, I sort of paused for a moment and thought, why didn't I think of that? So I tried it. I done position 1, position 2, tap, 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 set air, and poof. Everything's set to air apart from the plane. The plane just stayed there and started sinking into the ground again. I was like, oh no, it's going to get stuck again. I know what, I'll bury it. Nobody needs to know. I'll just dig a big hole. The plane will sink and fall into it. I'll cover it up with grass and I'll just call it an Easter egg if anybody ever finds out. But just as I was about to do that, I saw a tiny grey circle on the floor. Not really near the plane, sort of near it, but not in the place that you'd think. And I was like, what's that? So I punched it, and it was the hitbox for the plane, and it went poof, and it disappeared. Oh, wonderful. So I'm never using this plane again, or any of the planes. This plane was from the mod that gives me the fire engines and the F1 cars and stuff for the racetrack, and the ambulances. It's a nice mod, really nice models. The planes, however, are terrible. They're the worst planes in any mod that I've ever downloaded. They fly at the same speed as you walk. So they actually fly at this speed. I'm not going to show you because I'm going to crash the plane and I'm going to get it stuck again and not be able to get rid of it. So we're going to forget that ever happened. And instead we're going to build on the area where it crashed. Now I'm going to call this area Brookside Downtown. And you guys might think, ooh, AJ, that's a brilliant sounding name. You couldn't have thought of that yourself. And you'd be right, I didn't. This picture has been sent in through by someone who sent in a picture before. Rafid or Rahim. It's got like a slash through it. I think they're two brothers from what I can tell. And they've sent in another one called Brookside Downtown. When I first saw this picture, I was like, ooh, what a fantastic photo. Someone has gone down and taken a picture. And then I looked at it a little bit closer and the building looks real. But it's not. I don't know if it's off a game or off like the Sims 3 modded or something like that, or if it's a promo style, where designers make the 3D version of the building before they build it in real life, like a sort of test look. I could tell by the trees in the distance, and then I noticed like all the cars were the same, and there was something different about the car's headlights and rear lights that just don't quite match to real life. So it is a 3D generated picture, but boy is it a good one. And I would like this to fill up pretty much this whole area. The only problem that we have is that this corner here is a curve, so we can't like fill up the entire thing with the building. But I definitely want to be that width and maybe sort of out to there. I want it to be a relatively big building. I don't know if it's like a miniature mall. It almost feels like a miniature mall, Brookside Downtown, and it's got some design on it that would sort of, the middle section is taller than the others. I expect it's got some sort of cafe maybe inside it, because on the top floor there's like a balcony level with some sort of wooden slat overhangs. I really like the look of it, and it's made out of sort of a sandstone and brick combination, which suits this area very well. The town hall is sandstone and brick. Some of the houses on Rainbow Row are just brick. These buildings are, the warehouses are brick. It's sort of like one of the original parts of the city, isn't it? And as the city's progressed, it's got more modern as it's going back. So I think that's going to work pretty well. Now, like a building, like all buildings like this, we have to sort of start off a little bit slowly, think about a little bit of planning, and as next episode, things will start coming together a lot quickly. So don't expect it to be like finished this episode. It's way too big for that. Also, while I'm just sort of placing down some blocks here, I want to thank you guys for the support on the last episode. I was very unsure how last episode was going to go. It was a little bit different, wasn't it? Last episode, this is where we built the lights at night time. And I was like, I don't know if the guys are going to like this, if they're going to think maybe it was a little bit too slow, a little bit too boring. And I was like, you know what, I'll upload it anyway, and we'll see what happens. If they don't like it, then I can do all the other lights off camera. And it turns out you guys actually enjoyed it pretty much just as much as a normal episode. At least the people in the comments section did, so thank you. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. And I think it does look really, really nice, even in the daytime with these shaders on. If you missed it, check this out. Look, the KFC logo is now lit up. All of these buildings have like a little glow underneath them. It just adds so much more life, even in the midday time. There's just something really nice about it. So yes, we will be doing another episode doing more lighting on the skyscrapers and the rest of the city in the future. Maybe after doing this building, or maybe just in a few episodes time or whatever. We'll certainly come back and we'll do some more of that, because you guys just liked it, enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it too. It's quite nice going back around some old buildings that I hadn't seen for a little while, that I've just sort of been flying past and not really looked at too closely. And yes, I will do the rest of the trapdoors on the private island. I haven't forgotten about that. Oops, that's wrong. It's just I started putting them or resetting the trapdoors on camera with you guys, and I was like, you aren't going to want to watch me just shut trapdoors for like 5 or 10 minutes, however long it's going to take to do this. I'll do it off camera later. So yeah, I just stopped doing it, but no, I didn't forget. That will be fixed. So I'm just sort of planning. I don't know why I'm going 3 blocks tall. I'm just trying to get my head around what height I want the brick parts to be and all that kind of stuff. But this is definitely heading in the right direction. We have a very tall window here, a very big tall window. I'm going to do it 5 blocks wide, because if you look at the top part of the building in the center, you can see there's a little triangle on the top, and to do a little triangle, it's always nice to be able to do it in an odd number, so we can put a slab along the top. So that's sort of what I'm thinking there. Also, maybe I should make this a little bit bigger, something like that. So we've got 2 blocks on either side, then 5 blocks in the middle. This building is somewhat copy paste, copy flip and pasteable. It does look like it has some symmetry to it. With these windows down the side here, the sort of double door section, the big sort of window up the middle. But then if you look at the difference between the left side and the right side has, what is it, like 4 little balcony apartment windows, and the left side has 5. It goes 1 block higher, 1 balcony higher, because on this side that's the bottom of the balcony. So I think we can still incorporate a copy, flip and paste to save us a little bit of time in this. If we build it up to 3 stories and then copy, flip and paste, and then just do the rest of it sort of by hand, I think it's going to save us quite a lot of time. So let's just sort of see how far out this will go. We can do that easily, like where the corner of the building is going to go. If we do that to this, stand here, copy, flip north, which is to the left of us, and then paste. Okay, that's how far out it's going to go. That suits me quite well. I think if we go any longer, maybe the building will look too wide for the depth. So I think that's going to work. It's a big building though, isn't it? It's one of the biggest buildings, maybe, apart from the cathedral, one of the biggest buildings in the entire city, or in the stadium, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a lot of bricks, so we're going to have to be very careful on how we balance the brick color, because a massive brick can sometimes look a little bit overwhelming to the eye, so we have to put things in like the grey slits to try and break it up. On this one, we're going to do a similar trick to what we done with the town hall, and break it up with the sandstone up the corners as well. As you can see on the picture, if I do something like this, let's say we had, well, it's something like this, right? And this is brick, and this goes up here like that. And then where would our first window be? Our first window would be roughly here, right? It's like technically like a miniature 3 window. So if we did 4 blocks wide, I think that works about right. Either 4 by 3 or 4 by 2. 4 by 3 is actually quite a large window, which isn't a bad thing because it takes up a lot of... Oh, needs to go even by 1. Because it takes up a lot of room, a lot of the brick area that would otherwise look pretty blank. We want another sandstone on this side. That might be a smidge too large. What if we went down this side and this side, and we made it into a 3 by 3? I think that makes... I know it's a little bit different shape to the picture windows, or the windows on the picture. Our one square, that was a little bit more rectangle. But I think that works. Or we can do that, and then it looks a little bit more similar. Even go back out and have it like a 2 by 5. I think maybe a 2x5 works the best. And then the next sandstone block I'm going to do above the window like this. So we have sandstone block on the sort of underside of the window level, and a sandstone block on the top side of the window level. And I think I want to do that pattern on every floor. So I think what we do here is, on the picture, they don't quite follow that pattern. The pattern actually sort of goes off. It works on the bottom floor, but then doesn't work on the floors up from that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that pattern going, though. So I'm going to do this, and then this is where the window is. Like that, so it sort of matches up with that. And so basically a sandstone block every 2 blocks is what it works out to be. Now that does make a larger area of our build brick. Like, we have quite a large sort of bland brick area, which we're not going to really be able to fill with slabs and things like that. You know, I could put a slab below the window here to add a little bit of a windowsill that obviously gives a little bit more depth to the building, but it doesn't get rid of this giant brick mass. So I think what we're going to do with that is I'm going to take that out and replace it with some, I've got hiccups, with some brick slabs and stairs built into the building instead. Probably just some stairs as a funky little design. So if we do it about there, which as you can see would be 1 block between either window. It's a little bit harder to tell with the slabs there, which is why I removed it. And let's just try that, then that, then that, then that, then that. You see how that puts like a little funky design in it? You can sort of see it. It's actually really hard to tell with the bricks, but it sort of has like a block sticking out here, and then a block in, and then a block sticking out, and then a block in. I think that looks really cool. I don't think it would work being sandstone, though. No, I don't think it'll work being sandstone. But I think that works pretty nicely. So then obviously the same thing will be up here. You go 2 blocks, bottom of the window, 2 blocks, top of the window. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then we need a 4th one. You know what? That might be too high if we done another floor. I think what we're going to do, because that's already really tall. That's already a very, very tall building. It is I'm sure it's meant to be like a mall, or well, it looks like a sort of shopping center at the bottom on the picture, and then it looks like an apartment, you know, apartment building on the top with all the little balconies that sort of stand out. But then when you go above that to the top level with the balcony, you think, oh, that's like a cafe again. So I don't really know what this building is meant to be. But I don't want to go crazy high with it. We're already taller than all the buildings around here. It's a big space, so that makes sense. No, you know what? I'm going to put that 3rd window in there, and that's going to be the height. From here, I'm going to have 1 brick block on top, like I've got 1 brick block on the bottom. And then we're going to go to a clay, and this is going to be where the... which one? White. Clay. Let's try the other one. No, I think I like that one better. This is going to be where the sign where it says Brookside Downtown is going to be. Now, again, it looks like this is a window. But I'm not going to do it as a window. I'm going to do it as like a base section, like a floor to the balcony. So to do that, I'm going to grab another block. Oh, I can use the white clay for this. Set this back like this, and then have the clay back out here again. See how on the picture it's glass? It's obviously a floor there, technically. I'm going to do it like that, and then some sort of glass balcony, probably black stained glass or something like that. It's very sort of high-end and a bit more mod. It's quite a weird building with a traditional look, but with some modern glass aspects to it. Like, there's a lot of glass in it for an older building. It's built to look like a sort of older building, but yeah. Very, very interesting. A very big mix of all kinds of things, isn't it? Shopping centres, malls, cafe feels and vibes, traditional and modern vibes, all from it. A little bit confused, isn't it? It's a little bit of a confused building, but I sort of like it. I don't like that black stained glass, though. That's definitely a no. We'll probably do white stained glass or iron bars or something like that. All right, so let's do this section quickly. Then we have 2, 1, oops, 2, 1, and then that one. This goes along the top and along here. This goes down here for sure. That one goes up there for sure. We have the brick section that starts with, oops, that's not brick. We have that one, that one, that one, that one. It's really hard to place these and remember what sort of pattern you're trying to, there we go. And then slabs. And then we're good, yeah? Yeah, so we've got the 3 stories there. I think 3 stories is going to be tall enough. Besides, the building does get a little bit taller than that in the middle anyway. Right. These setback sections are where the balconies are. In the middle here, it's pretty simple. We have brick at the bottom. And then we have the sandstone here and here. And then we just follow the same pattern. So we then have 2 blocks of brick. 2 layers of brick. Then we go to the sandstone again. And then we do 2 layers of brick. So the sandstone blocks are matching up with the window sides. Oop, I fell. And that one. That one. Sandstone. This one. How far are we? We're nearly there. If I looked up and had like like 50 more layers to do, I'd be like, I'll be back. But that's okay. We're done now. This one. That one. And then the top level. Okay, so now this will join up this level to this one. If we just put these in, whoop, hello, in here. Now the windows to these balconies are set back on this sandstone level, but as you can see, the balcony, the sort of, what would you call it, like the caged part of the balcony, it's a bad word for it, but you know what I mean, is actually set a little bit prouder than the building. It actually sort of sits out by 1 block. So this is the area that the iron bar has to be on, which means the floor needs to be on this level. I'm going to do the same play as what I've done up the top. I'm going to use the darker one. I think I prefer the darker one to the lighter one. It's a little bit more of a contrast. If I put the lighter one on this one, we can sort of see. I like the lighter block more in general, like as an actual building block. Oh, we've got a lamppost that we need to remove. But I think for this build, I'm pretty sure I like the darker one better. Let's just have a look. Yeah, the darker one. Yeah, no, the darker one that certainly looks better. All right, and then we just go with iron bars. I think I want, and we just join them up to the sandstone block, so it sort of comes out and then around, and then we have that sort of lip. Now I know at the bottom we have a little bit of a like a ramp almost. If you look at the picture, it's got like a little bit of a ramp on that bottom floor. I'm sure maybe we could do something like that, mossy. But I'm fine with it being like how it is. If we done this and we had this like 1 block wider, it looks too weird to me. I think I prefer it being like this and then maybe just slab underneath it. Because I certainly don't like the clay being visible underneath it. I never like sort of seeing that. But I think that looks okay, right? I think that works out pretty well. And then we need bricks. We're pretending that obviously like this balcony shares this window. So obviously the doorway is always sort of 1 block lower than the window here. So when you stand on it, if this was the floor, look, you could walk around here. You could walk through the door, walk around here, and then you're at the right height to look out the window. It's the same with like any building that you do in Minecraft, isn't it? I think, however, 3 blocks tall would work better than 2 blocks tall. A little bit more headroom, a little bit more glass. Also fills up some more of that space. And then this then starts again, right? If I just put some bricks here, we have no sandstone that I need to worry about. And I just go from here to there. I put a block on that sandstone and I copy it. And I do one here, and I paste it. Okay, yep, not a problem. Like that. I need to do that on this bottom one. Obviously not. That one, that one. Ignore me. Pretend I didn't say anything. And there. Wonderful. Okay, so now we've got the sort of 3 balconies in. I can do the same on this side already as well, can't I? So I could do it here. Does that wreck underneath there? No, it doesn't. Why does that not get in? Oh, because that's a 4 wide door. And this is a 5 wide door. How did I do that? Okay, it's not like a huge problem. It's not a huge problem. If we do that one to that one, cut, paste, sneeze. Oh, okay, I'm good. No, I'm not. I'm fine now. I'm good now. Okay, so that's now made it 2 4-block wide doors. That makes more sense. And then I need to do the same over here as well. So that one, to this one, cut, paste. Alright, get rid of that. That'll all be flipped anyway. But now we've got 2 4 wide doors. Whew, I thought like, when that happens to you when you're building a house and you notice, oops. Of course, yeah. I copied that part. When that happens to you when you're building a house and you're like, hold on, something's not right here. It's like the biggest panic in the world, trying to figure out exactly what just went wrong. What's happened? Why isn't it working? Paste. And paste. I think that worked better than the first copy and paste, didn't it? Oh no, we've still got to remove those. Remove these ones. And remove these ones. That's all of them, yeah? And then this one can go as well at the top. This doesn't need to be there. Alright, sweet. Already, let's get rid of that as well. Keep it all flat and flush. Already, I can now sort of see what this building is going to look like. The sandstone little dots up the side breaks up that brick perfectly. Does exactly what we wanted to. And then the little designs that we've got in here splits up that sort of middle section as well. Really, really like it. Really, really like that. The middle section here, we've got a little bit of time to work out. Is relatively simple though. We've only got a few blocks up the side here, and we know the pattern that we need to continue with anyway. So we have these. See, it's one of these cases where the building is actually not as complicated as it looks. When you first look at this building, you're like, where do I start? And I was the same. When I first looked at this building when it was sent in, I was like, what do I do with this one? Where do I start? How do I go about building it? You know, what sections do I build at what time? And I thought, no, you know what? We'll just try it. We'll just go for it. We'll see what happens. If it goes well, then great. If it doesn't, then I'll just start the recording again and pretend that it never happened. But I didn't need to do that. And yeah, it's one of these houses that just work on a pattern. One of these buildings that just work on a pattern. And once you get a pattern that works for you, it just falls into place. As you can see, it's just placing the same blocks. It's so easy. Maybe I'm saying this a little bit early when I haven't done the sides or the back yet, or the roof. But definitely the front is going super simply. Now, the person that sent this in, Rafim or Rahid, who sent this in, I hope I'm saying your names right. I apologise if I'm not. Oops. Sent this in because they thought it would be a good design to go at the back of the row of shops. But as you can see, there isn't a lot of room there, and I really wanted to do pretty much the whole building. I was thinking about putting it there, like where they said that they thought it would be work, but it's not deep enough, and I really wanted to get that feel and that size of the building in. It actually worked out to be roughly the same height as those buildings. This was a little bit taller. Maybe it could have worked there, but I really want the depth of it. I really want all of the windows. I want it to be like a big, I don't know what we're going to call it. It says Brooklyn Downtown. Maybe it's like got some shops, a cafe, and is an apartment building. Maybe what it looks like is actually what it is. Who knows? So above here, we certainly know that this section is going to come along here, and then it's going to stop right there. Okay, because this section is actually going to continue on going up higher. So we have this one, 2, and then this. Now we have to be careful here how high we go. We have that one, that one, that one. That's the balcony level. That's the door. I think that's as high as we go. Well, pretty much as high as we go. And then as you can see on the picture, there's like a really cool sort of top design where it has one and then a second one, like close to it, and then the top. So it just sort of goes, or maybe I don't like it in Minecraft. In the real version, it looks quite good when they're sort of like together. But in Minecraft, to me, it sort of looks like it was sort of built wrong at the top. It looks like, you know, the pattern was done incorrectly. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. It works well in real life, not in Minecraft though. And then yeah, okay, I'm gonna finish the pattern off properly. That one and that one. So we always end with that brick. So a little bit, maybe a little bit taller than what I was imagining, but I think it'll still work. This is actually quite a large building, isn't it? Mind you, we've got the hotel there. I was just concerned that this was going to be like way too tall for the surrounding buildings, but the hotel being behind us, I forgot about that. That sort of solved that for us. Nice tall building nearby as well helps. All right, perfect. Now it goes to above here. It then goes to a sort of clay section, doesn't it? Where we have this around the side here. This goes flush with the building. Freeze. And then this comes out. I'm going to have to end the episode off any moment now, so we have to have that like that. Then I'm going to do white. The white clay. A little bit different to the picture, but it's just going to work for our blocks. That one. And this one. This is glass here. We'll probably do some sort of design like that. 3 blocks tall. Probably 3 blocks tall will work. And then the white, like, yeah, like that. I'm putting my own little spin on the top of this building. Just to make it work in Minecraft mostly. You know, not everything from pictures works in Minecraft. Just be figured out with the slabs there. Okay, yeah, that works out well. And then I think I'm going to do one more block, doing it one more block wider. Like this. How does that look like from the front? Yeah, perfect. I think that looks pretty good. And this clay design sort of is going to continue down now. On the picture, there's obviously like 3 windows, if you like, split up, or like 6 if you make them the small ones. We can either do... we can either go down the middle, so all of the windows look like this all the way down, or I think I'm going to prefer if we do it like... oh, I could do it 1 block back as well. Do it like this. All the way down. So we sort of have 2 pillars instead of 1 pillar. So the top window that we done first is split up into 2 large windows, but then going down here we split it up into 2 thinner windows, 3 thinner windows. I think that's good. And then to divide it up, well, we definitely want it to be on the same level as the balconies, right, for starting. And then if there's an even, if it's like an odd number between it where I can get another sort of block between it, I will. So let's just go up here. How many blocks between is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. Okay, and then we have like a thinner one at the top. I'm fine with that. Can I, though, split up? I think I can, can't I? Because it's 5, yeah. So we can then do this. And put another dash through the middle of them. Which then should make the top one make sense. Because they're now 2 blocks tall windows, 2x1s. Yeah, and then this one's a 2x1. Absolutely perfect. Look at that. They look absolutely identical. Okay, works really well. I'm going to have to leave the episode there, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. Next episode, we should be continuing on with this. Now that we've got the pattern In my head, we can see what it's going to look like. The rest of the building is going to go really, really quick. In fact, a lot of this is going to be sort of copy and pasting and rotating. And poof, it'll be before you know it. In fact, I estimate that this will be a 3-episode building. And the 3rd episode is going to be sort of just finishing off and detailing. Next episode is going to be where most of the building is going to really come to life. See you in the next episode.